There's this one TikTok I've been trying to find for 30 minutes. It's this guy, shirt off, doing an ultra cringe gym bro flex, but he has spider web nipple tattoos. It lives in my head rent-free, and apparently only in my head. I've tried every keyword I can think of. Nothing. I think the algorithm wiped it for humanity's safety, which is probably a mercy from God. This is what the video is supposed to look like. This was not meant for the public, but trust me, the rabbit hole from here only gets worse. So today, I'm gonna be digesting this type of man. I have 5 categories that I'm gonna go through, and the first is the look. Before we can get into exactly what kind of person this is, we need to talk about the obvious, which is their appearance. This type of person will have a very good looking body, but the issue is that they're not really working out for their body. They're working out for their ego. There are a lot of people that have really similar looks on Instagram. They're not that bad of people. But the guys that I'm talking about, they're always shirtless. They're always in a towel. They're posting weird, freaky pictures on their Instagram every post. It's gotta be pictures like these. It's gotta be pictures like these though. Cause like, why are you angled like that? Like, I don't see any world where he's doing this not to try to attract like a 14-year-old girl. Like, is that not weird? And if I scroll down his profile, you can literally see he's shirtless in like most pictures. Now this is a guy and his name is Tony Lopez. And I don't really want to get into this guy because I'm pretty sure he has a lot of controversy, but just looking at his page for a second, you can see the same kind of trend. Like, this guy is not a fitness influencer, you know what I mean? Sure, he has like a couple pictures of him in the gym, like a reel here and some like meme, but he's doing like get ready with me's, and I don't know. He's got his whole like underwear out, like he's even got the Chrome Hearts like TikTok Temu case. But yeah, I would say that at this point you probably have a decent visual image. So let's move on to section 2, the soundtrack of the species. So now that you know how this type of person looks, the question you're probably thinking is, how does this type of person speak? What kind of things would this kind of person say? Like, how would they act? I would say there's like 3 main actions people like this tend to do. 1, they generally have a lot of inspirational stuff that's just like completely bullshit. I'll notice a lot of people like this will have inspirational quotes posted everywhere, and that's not necessarily a problem. Like, I have a bunch of motivational stuff all around my room, but the issue is that they're just fucking cringe with it. Like, people that look like this will be like going to the gym for 10 minutes a day and then recording every second of it and saying like, you either grind or die. Like, bro, I know that your life is like decent, but I can't imagine you grinded that hard to have like a skinny physique and like get a few tattoos. You know what I mean? Those are just like quick choices. The second thing that this type of person will do a lot of the time is try to act like they have clout that they don't actually have. I notice a lot of people like this will try to do like voiceovers from movies they've never seen. They'll say some like quote from the Titanic or something, and you ask them about it and it's like, oh, I've never seen the Titanic actually. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? They'll just be getting clout from nowhere, or understand like they pretend ideas that they actually don't. And when you check them on it, they'll just be like pretending like they never said it or something like that. And the third thing that I noticed that this type of person sounds like is that they be arguing with kids. The second I became an adult, I didn't really see like kids as adults. I don't know. It's just like the internet is different for me now. Like, you can really tell when a kid is commenting something. It's really obvious. So normally if someone like rage baits me and I can tell they're like 13, right? I'm not gonna like reply. I'm just gonna let it slide. But these motherfuckers, they'll be on Instagram and posting thirst traps that are already sus, right? They're already weird. And then a 14-year-old will go in their comments and like type on the keyboard and fucking say like, the lighting is bad in this image, or just, I don't know, some bullshit. And then they'll reply and be like pressed. Like, you're getting rage baited by a 14-year-old. Like, do you understand what's happening? All right, so section 3, what he wants you to think. So this type of person, when they're doing all this, what is the goal, right? How do they want you to like act? What do they want your response to this image be? This type of person thinks they're a threat, when in reality, if I saw any of these people in person, I'm not saying that I would do anything. I would not do anything, but I could, right? Like, I'm not even a big guy. But all I'm saying, like, if you're on the gram and you're posting pictures of your body, even if you look good, if I see you in real life and you look like this, motherfucker, do not say anything to me. Like, do not make me mad. Something else that this type of guy will do that I've noticed that really actually genuinely pisses me off is when they think women are afraid of how real they are. When a guy is talking to a girl and says some shit like, are you sure you want to hear what I'm about to say? You better not say yes, because he's about to say some heinous fucking bullshit. Either it's something that you just don't need to hear, like he'll look at a girl and just be like, man, fucking periods, yeah. Periods just fucking suck, huh? And it's like, stop. Fucking stop. Or they'll go in the complete other direction and not even try to be like friendly. They'll just be like in a normal conversation at work and then like look at someone and be like, man, in this society, men always get put down. Men always just get put down and people act like that's not true. And it's like, dude, go back to your corner. Also, this type of person really usually thinks that the men around them respect them. And it's like most of the time the men around do not look at you as anything. Like respecting your body is one thing, like if you genuinely look decent, but if your shirt isn't off and you're not on Instagram and you're just in real life, like you're wearing a shirt, if you're skinny or ripped, like people can't even really tell because you're wearing a shirt. So that gets rid of like all of the possible respect that you could have earned from me. And now you're just like acting like a freak in public. Like men be embarrassed of these people, bro. I think sometimes women like see these people in public being freaks and then they see like maybe a man overhearing or something and not really responding and they're just like, that's disgusting. Like why are you on his side? And I mean, if they're doing something like truly weird, then you should step in, right? But if it's just like a kind of uncomfortable conversation and they're just being like a little weird, it's like, I'm not gonna step in. I'm just gonna like maybe listen in and see what's going on. But like I don't think that's cool. Like no part of me thinks what you're doing right now is like cool. And I think that's a decent misconception. This type of man is really usually not respected by other men. That's why the whole meme is that their entire audience is made up of like 14-year-old girls. This type of dude literally wants you to think he's Batman, but in reality, he's not even Robin. They also use like certain keywords. You'll just be chilling talking to one of these guys. Maybe you haven't, talked to him that much and you're on your second conversation with him or something. And he'll bring up something like, there's too many Sigmas out there in the world. We really need to be more of the alphas out there. We need to be more of the alpha dogs. You know me. I'm an alpha dog. I'm an alpha dog. I don't let bitches control me. I control bitches. They also be acting like everything is aesthetic for no reason. You can be aesthetic. You can have a chill life. If you do that for you, that's completely okay, right? But a lot of this type of dude will literally be like in a parking lot posing like they're in a fucking cologne ad. Like I get that you're trying to speedrun being a model, but that doesn't mean that you have to like fill up your body with tattoos and fucking be like deluded about your reality. But with all this said, the fact that this type of guy exists mean that there's gotta be some sort of input, right? Since there's so many people like this, why does this work? You can be broke, dumb, angry, and still build a following by posturing. It's a form of digital peacocking, and TikTok and Instagram rewards extreme self-confidence, even if it's completely fake. A lot of these guys also have real loneliness underneath it. They need the likes on Instagram to feel okay. They need people to reassure them to feel like themselves. If TikTok had a jungle, these guys would be the birds that scream and show their feathers, hoping someone claps. And just because they're screaming and showing their feathers and being loud enough, they get picked up by the algorithm. That's why if you go to your Instagram feed right now, maybe not on your account, but on a fresh account or something, you can definitely find a few people like this. But now that we know what this basic type of guy is like, where does it go from here? Like, is there a level 2? And that brings me to my fifth and final section, the dangerous version of him. So kind of like I was saying earlier, this type of guy generally is the type of guy to tend to believe in things like, alpha male, the existence of sigma males, that kind of thing. They also usually have really weird opinions on women. The most toxic form of this type of person is the men who start talking about things like putting women in their place, which is fucking crazy. Some of these guys, once they get to a certain level of following, they see enough success coming back and they assume that their ideas are like validated. Their ego keeps rising and rising. Some people, when they get a lot of followers, assume that their ideas are more important, and that's not really true. But sometimes with this type of guy, that can go south really fast. Sometimes the whole channel can just turn into a completely misogynistic thing. Some of these guys that might be a little bigger when they flex, it kind of seems more threatening than anything. Think back to that AI video I showed you at the start. Did you feel more safe or threatened when that guy was flexing? I really wish I could find that video, the original one, because I can tell you for a fact, I did not really feel like safe or happy watching that video. I like flexing. I like working out. I'm a guy that works out. But flexing in decent lighting and just like taking a picture, maybe posting it on a gym account or something, that feels like the right move. I feel like on your main account, you should post a picture of you shirtless like once in a blue moon. Like you can do that, but like it shouldn't be that often, right? Or at least like up to the discretion of the person with the account. But this type of guy be posting like every single picture shirtless. At a certain point, it stops being funny. You laugh until you see the comments, and then it's like, this isn't about fitness anymore. Especially because most of these guys consider themselves fitness influencers or models. This guy isn't rare. He's a symptom. And honestly, I think he's multiplying. So if you see me shirtless on TikTok flexing to a Batman quote, just know they got me too.